Hey guys! So today I'm going to be doing my daily routine that I would do for a regular school day. I hope you guys enjoy. Alright, so I like to start out by using a primer, and this just helps the makeup go on smoother. So I like to use the Morphe Foundation Primer Equalizer, and so you just squeeze out a little bit, it goes out. So you have the product on your hands, and I generally just rub them between my hands and then apply it on my face. Alright, so next I'm going to go in with my foundation, and I like to use the Maybelline Fit Me in Matte and Poreless, and I use the shade 120, which is Classic Ivory. So for this, I like to just pour it on my hand and then get a beauty blender and just use that to apply to my face. So you don't want a lot, and I just don't like a lot. So I have about that much product, and then I'm just gonna get the end of my beauty blender, dap it in, and then go over my face. Alright, so when you're applying your foundation, you also want to make sure that you're getting your neck. That way there's not like your foundation and then like your neck. So it just helps blend out the shade. Alright, so now I'm going to do the other side. Alright, now that my foundation is on, I am going to go do my brows. So I use Anastasia's Beverly Hills Brow Definer in the shade of Ebony, and I'm just going to go over my eyebrows and then fill them in. Alright, and then you're just going to blend it upwards. Alright, so now that I did my brows, I am going to go in with a concealer and just conceal under it to really give it that arch. For concealer, I'm using Maybelline's Matte Concealer in the shade Light Medium, and it looks like that. So I'm just going to apply this on my brows. Alright, now that that's on, I am going to blend that out onto my eye. Alright, cool. Now that that's on, whenever I got ready for school, I would either do a winged eyeliner and then put lashes on, or I would just get a pretty basic shade and just apply that on my eye and then put lashes. I wouldn't normally use fake lashes. I would go with a primer for my eyelashes and then put on mascara and just go like that, and that is what I'm gonna do today. So I am going to grab my Mercury Retrograde palette by Huda Beauty, and this is actually one of my favorite palettes. I barely use it, but it is really pretty. Like, I just love those shades. Like, I don't know, I just love the whole entire palette scheme. So I'm going to go in with a very basic shade because I am kind of militant today. Wearing black shirt and dark green jeans. So I am going to go in with the shade Momentum, which is that kind of peach beige color, and I'm going to apply that on my eyelid. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with a darker shade to just kind of darken that out, but I'm only going to put it on my outer corners. So I'm going to go into the shade Crash, which is that brown color. I remember when I was younger, I always wanted to do makeup, but my dad would never let me because he thinks it's trashy, which, I mean, I got that, but like when I was in middle school, I never had any makeup, so what I would do was I would get like a Crayola, what are they called? Pencil, like colored pencils, and I would get like a black shade. And then I would soak that tip in hot water, and that would kind of make the lead really go soft. And then I would put that on my eye to kind of get an eyeliner kind of feel, but I was so emo back then. It was crazy. I would have like eyeliner on my lower lash line, and then I would just have like big chunks of eyeliner on my eyelid, and it was not good. Alright, so now that it's applied, generally I would just go back in with that Momentum shade, that kind of beigeish color, and just go on my eyelids, or sometimes I would take like a shimmery kind of shade and put that on my eyelids. So today I guess we'll go into the shade Galaxy, which is that shimmery shade, and I would just gonna apply that. It looks like that. It's a very pretty color. I'm just going to apply that on my eyelid. Alright, now that that's on, I'm going to go in with a concealer and conceal the bags under my eyes because I did not get good sleep last night. I went to bed at around like 3 a.m. and then I woke up at 9. So it's 6 hours of sleep. Meanwhile, my sister sleeps like, what animal sleeps a lot? Like, she sleeps at least 12, 14 hours a day, and it's really insane how she just sleeps that easy, but could not relate. Okay, so now that that's on, I'm going to grab my damp beauty blender and then just blend that out. Alright, now that my concealer is on, I am going to go in with a lash curler and curl my lashes. So next for lashes, I found a really good lash primer. It's by L'Oreal Paris, and it looks like this. The applicator is just like a regular mascara brush, except that it's white. But you just apply it on your lashes, and it really helps give your lashes more of a voluptuous look. Alright, and now I'm going to go in again with my L'Oreal Paris, but I'm going to use this Voluminous Lash Paradise, and I'm just going to do the same thing. And you can see how that really helps define your lashes better. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with some powdered contour, and I'm just going to take this Ulta Beauty brush. It's supposed to be for blush, but I like the applicator for my contour. I don't know what brand this is. I bought it back when I was in Tampa last summer, so I don't remember, but it's actually magnetic, and you can easily reuse this and then place this out with anything else. So I'm just going to go in with my contour, and I'm going to place it high up on my cheekbones and then swipe down. All right? Okay, and you can see how the contour is a bit darker than my actual shade, but that's how you want it, or else you won't get the definition of your cheekbones. So now I'm going to contour my forehead. When I do my forehead, I only really do my temple area, and your forehead is always darker than your actual face, and that's just because it gets more sun than your actual face. So I'm just going to do my temples real quick. And now I'm just going to blend that out better, that way you don't have that harsh line. Alright, now that that's blended out better, I'm going to go into some blush. Now, I don't actually have actual blush. I've been meaning to buy some, but with this quarantine, I really haven't gotten the opportunity to. Nor have I gotten to work at all in the past 2 months, so I don't really have a source of income right now. So I've just been using Jeffree Star's Blue Blood palette, and this is by far one of my favorite palettes. I don't know, I just love the color scheme, and the names are really cool. So I'm going to go in with the shade Untouchable. It's that pink color, and I'm just going to apply it to my brush, and then I'm going to go on the apple of my cheeks and then go up and blend into that contour. Alright, now I'm going to do the same with the other cheek. Okay, now that that's on, that's basically all that I do. The only thing that I do after that is I grab some setting spray and then just spray it all over my face to really lock that in. So for setting spray, I'm going to be using Morphe x Jeffree Star's Set and Refresh Mist, and it smells like strawberries, and I love this setting spray. So I'm just going to spray that all over my face. Alright, so when I was in high school, now that I'm a graduate, my daily routine, I wouldn't normally use any lipstick. It's just because I find that lipstick, because I bite my lips a lot, it always comes off. So I would normally just like clean up my lips and then just put on some chapstick and then go like that. However, on some days that I actually have time, I would do my lipstick, but I do not have time. I'm about to go into a meeting with a doctor to talk about med school, which I hope to be attending. So I'm just gonna go in with e.l.f.'s Moonlight Pearls. It's a highlighter, and I normally just take my finger and I'm just gonna go on my cheekbone. Alright, so that's the final look for makeup. Generally, when my daily routine, I always go in with like a very light shade for my eyes. I don't really have time to do something crazy experimental with my eyes for school. So I would generally just get like a brown shade or like a very light shade and then just make my eyelashes pop. And I think that lash primer works really good. I really like it a lot, and it definitely gives my eyelashes more definition. And then for school, I would normally just put my hair up in a ponytail or low ponytail, or do this hairstyle, half up, half down. So yeah, so that's it for today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe and to follow my socials down below. Thank you guys.